It's the 69th, wink wink, episode of the Elite Cosplay Podcast. I'm Holly.
I'm Kevin.
And we have a guest today.
Hi.
Yay! This is Laura, otherwise known as Gynx Cosplay. That's Gynx Cosplay. You should check her out on like Instagram and Facebook and stuff. She's super cool.
If you want.
No, you have to. Ugh. Yay, thank you for being on our podcast today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Yes.
I feel lucky we found this spot. It's really crowded in here today.
Yes. For those that aren't actually watching the podcast and just listening to it, we are currently at A-KON. We're on the ground floor, so there's people moving around us.
Yeah, but Laura said it's usually like this.
Yeah, it's normally pretty crowded in here on a Saturday. Possibly more so because the outside is closed off for construction.
Right. There was like a garden
Yeah.
before. Yeah.
So we lost some traffic because of another convention going on the same weekend in Dallas, but I think we have more traffic because of the outside being.
Was that Fan Expo?
Yes, yeah.
Okay.
Fan Expo.
Okay.
Yeah, we heard about that this morning, and I was like, is that real?
Yes.
Also, someone's filming us right now.
That's okay. Hello.
Okay, I actually have two things to talk about today.
Yay.
Because two awesome people sent us stuff. Thank you. The first one is kind of weird. Someone would like, I'm trying to give like the TLDR. Someone would take other people's artwork and then add a filter on top of it and then sell it at cons.
Wow.
Ooh.
At like, I don't know if it's in the exhibition hall or the artist alley, but people would figure it out and like call him out and stuff. And he was at MomoCon, and people kept telling MomoCon about it, and they finally kicked him out. I think
Really?
MomoCon was last weekend. Or
Okay.
This
I
last
think
week
it
we just
was.
had, yeah. So, and it's not even, I can show you guys, like, that's the before, and that's
We'll
it's just
try
like
to
a
remember
little
to link it.
splatter.
Yeah, what
Like,
what is the
add-on.
actual like copyright law? Like you have to change like a certain percentage. Like that definitely does not
Right.
meet
That
that.
is literally the same photo.
It is.
Yeah,
it is.
it is.
That's lame.
Yeah, and I guess
I give lectures about copyright and fair use on this podcast
yeah,
a
we've
lot.
talked about it before. It's so hard.
That does not fall under fair use because there's no alteration. They're not using it to supplement anything else. They're just adding
No.
splatters to the top of it. Yeah, lame.
Yeah.
Lame.
That's so unfortunate because I wouldn't have known better and I could have bought that and then I'd
Right.
be really
Right,
sad if I
exactly.
found out about that.
Right, that would be terrible. if that-
Later. And I guess he would have, because people started recognizing him, he would have like a girl that he knew, like, be
Run
at
the
the booth
booth?
instead of him so people wouldn't like
Oh.
recognize who he was.
No,
So I
that's
feel,
unfortunate.
I don't know.
That's too bad for all the people making all the original artwork.
Yeah.
that are getting it
Yeah.
stolen.
Yeah.
Was he stealing it from multiple artists?
I don't know. I didn't read that. It was just kind of talking about how he did it and how MomoCon was like, oh hell no.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's unfortunate.
Yeah. So, I mean, why would you think you could get away with that?
Well,
I
maybe
don't
he
really
did
know.
it once. Like
And he
maybe
made some
his-
money off of
yeah,
it.
Yeah, like his friend was like, "Oh, check out this drawing." He's like, "I'm gonna sell it if that's okay with you," and then he just did it with everybody else.
Well, and if you're selling them locally and not online and you're selling
Right.
them in a city that's not where the original artist
Right.
is from and everything,
Right.
you know, like
No one's gonna know.
most people probably wouldn't know.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. That's all. I mean, that was pretty short, but
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, really, guy? Like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
cons already have to deal with, like,
Pirated stuff.
pirated,
Yeah.
like, import stuff that they can't even, like, control. So, did you guys hear about the person that had a problem with one of their eyeballs because of a contact lens?
Oh.
I did. I think that was semi-local. I think that
It's
was in
Houston Press,
Yeah.
They think it's because he left his bottle of saline solution out on the counter, and his girlfriend had been using like spray adhesive the day before, and it got on the bottle.
Wait, on?
I don't know. It said some got on the exterior of the bottle.
No.
When he went to put on the $300 special contact lenses he uses for his Gambit cosplay, he washed his hands, picked up the bottle of saline, rinsed the lenses, and put them into his eyes. The problem is that his wet hands picked up the residue from the bottle.
But that's not even, because I read the story.
Okay.
And from what I understood from reading the story, it seems like the problem came by him panicking and ripping it out so quickly
It
that
says
he
taking a chunk of his
right.
eye out.
So you know,
Oh.
like I've put in circle lenses before, and then like my eye has started like burning because I didn't like clean it properly.
Right.
Like when I first started wearing circle lenses, I didn't know that you were supposed to take them out of the original container that they were in
and
then
then
clean
rinse
them.
it. Yeah.
And so that burns when you do that. Just FYI, if you haven't worn circle lenses before.
Yeah.
But you know, you have to like not panic, you know, and just
Right.
like you can't just like rip it out. So I think that's probably, you know, what happened. And
The
a lot of
majority,
like
yeah.
stories have kind of been twisting it like, oh, it's because of circle lenses and stuff like that, but it
Right.
had nothing to do with that.
Right. Yeah, every time I saw it come up on my Facebook, by the way, Sakura sent that to us. I want to give a shout out. It was like, the danger of like circle lenses, and people would be like,
And there are dangers
oh
to
yeah,
circle lenses.
but they're like, be careful who you buy from. But I feel like that wasn't his problem.
like that could happen to
necessarily.
my like everyday
Yeah, that can-
contacts.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. He's gotten like
Oh,
they like
horrendous.
rolled in the back of his eyeball
Oh,
and
no.
stuff.
Yeah. No, it was like a week later, and then I
And
was
it, like,
blinking, and I was
blinked and
like,
came
what's
out.
in my eye? And I was like, why do I have 2 contact lenses in my hand?
I had that happen to me once. It didn't go in the back of my eye, but like I took out the contact and I don't know if it split somehow like into 2 layers or something.
Oh,
but
weird.
I took it out one time and then like my eye was still hurting and I reached in and pulled out another
Oh my
lens.
god.
And you're like, what?
I don't know if I just like put in 2 accidentally or what. But
Insane.
Ugh. I don't wear contacts like ever except for like when I get the colored ones.
Yeah.
And so, have you had any problems? Do you ever get the contact lenses where the diameter is like 14.2 or higher?
Like the big,
Like they're big.
that make you look chibi, like the big
Yeah.
eyes.
yeah, I normally get like the bigger. I don't know the millimeters that I
okay.
necessarily buy, but I always buy the bigger ones.
Okay.
Like bigger than.
Because he got a temporary prescription or something, and his were 14.2, which is like normally it's 14 is like what contact lenses come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And like he was having such a problem with like 14.2s, and I was like, "What's the big deal?" And then
Yeah.
my friend got 14.2 yellow contacts, and she was like, "It hurts so bad."
Yeah.
Oh.
And so now I'm scared to buy higher
Well,
than 14.
Do you normally wear contacts? Or?
I do.
Okay.
On a daily basis.
That's
Okay.
why I was surprised that you were having a problem.
Yeah,
with
I
it,
don't
'cause
know.
You wear them every day.
It was
too.
might have just been something that I wasn't used to.
Well, some brands are more comfortable than others.
That's true.
And, you know, like depending on the water contact of the lens and stuff like that will make it more comfortable. I'm very limited on the contacts that I can wear because I'm farsighted. And there's only like a couple of brands
Oh, wow,
that make
yeah.
the hyperopia lenses. So
Huh.
Do you?
I'm very limited.
Who do you buy your colored contacts from?
I normally go to ecirclelens.com. I know they're one of the ones that do the hyperopia lenses. But
So you get the prescription?
Yeah. So I get my
yes.
prescription on there.
Good. That's the way to go. There are
Yeah.
people that
Oh,
have
people like
asked
try to
us.
stack.
Yeah.
We've had people ask us if they could stack, and I was like, no.
So
Did you stack?
no. I've never stacked. But there have been times. So when y'all shot my chic, so I was wearing
Yes.
red lenses, and I can't find any red hyperopia lenses, so I just bought Plano.
Yeah.
My eyesight's not very bad, so it was just like
okay.
I wasn't wearing my glasses or
Gotcha.
contacts.
Right. It was just a little
But
like.
yeah.
I didn't even notice when we shot.
Yeah.
You were playing it cool. I know. You
Yeah.
got anything for me?
What? No. I was just going to talk about the convention overall.
yeah, let's talk about
I mean,
the
I feel like
convention.
we're here, so.
Yeah, we
this
gotta
is your
talk about
first
it.
time here. First
Yeah,
impressions.
it's pretty cool so far. I have a good vibe from it.
Yeah.
It's not like people are pretty nice, and we've seen some. When we met up with you, we like barely walked through the convention, and we saw
Right.
like 5 cool cosplay. We're like, hey.
Yeah. There's a lot of good stuff here. I like
Yeah.
it. It's very, yeah.
It's definitely above Matsuri.
Yes.
But it's like the biggest. This is the biggest one in Texas, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
I believe so. I think that Matsuri might have been bigger at one point,
Oh,
but I think that currently
This
A-KON
is the
is
biggest
bigger, but
one.
I'm sure that someone will correct me if I'm wrong.
yeah, we'll get a YouTube comment. No. And then there's we were talking about So, I don't know. Have you gone to anything? Oh, you went to a meetup.
I did. I went to a meetup. I briefly walked into Artist Alley. I like did a lap around the outer, and then I had to go meet someone.
Oh, okay.
So I did like an outer loop. I didn't even go in the
Did you
dealer's
go to
room
the?
yet.
Oh, you haven't gone in there because we were thinking about going in after this podcast, and I was like, it's probably gonna be like, I'm sorry, like hitting everybody.
Kind of,
Yeah.
most likely, but I mean, it's not terrible, especially, because you're not wearing cosplay or anything.
No, yeah, so we don't
it's
have to
like-
worry about, and we don't have our big rolly bag.
Right.
When we have
right.
our photo bag, it's.
Oh, I would imagine so.
Oh, yeah. People hit themselves. Like the umbrella that I have, people just like impale themselves. They just like run full speed into stuff. And I'm just like,
And he'll like, because it sticks out, like, people with skirts will walk by, and then, like, the skirt will, like, snag on the umbrella, and then, like, temporarily, like, pull up, and we're like, ah!
This is one of those conventions that it's really cool to bring, like, your big cosplays to because it's such a big con.
Yeah.
But it's so crowded.
Yeah,
like,
it's hard to...
I'm always scared to bring stuff like that.
And, like you said, since the garden's gone, you can't be like, I'm going to go outside and, like, have some space or something.
Yeah, because, you know, that used to be a really nice space to, like, I need to get out of the crowd. I'm just trying to, like, go outside, but now we can't even really do that.
Yeah. And were you the one that told me that the water park that they're building right now in place of that garden is going to be not available to the convention?
That was my understanding.
Oh, wow.
That was at least what they had said for this year. I don't know if they'll change it. So
wait, okay, it's not done yet though?
No, it was supposed to be, but we've had so much rain that it delayed the construction.
That makes sense.
So it'll probably be done next month. But
so it's almost done.
Right. But from what I had read from other people saying, that was that even if you were staying at the hotel, like, they just were not going to have it open during the convention. Or maybe they were, but, like, they weren't going to allow photographers in. It was something like that.
So,
like, a lot of people were at first excited, like, oh, Colossal Con in Dallas.
Yeah.
Not so much.
Yeah, because that'd be really, because Colossal Con and A-KON, I think, are always...
They're always the same weekend for as long as I've known about both conventions.
Yeah, so that'd be really funny if they allowed it, and then people would be like, oh, which one?
From what I've heard, it's, like, kind of hard to, like, get a space at the Kalahari. Where Colossal Con is, like, get a room there.
Oh, yeah, because it's out in the middle of nowhere.
Right, and I heard, like, I think it was, like, last year that they, like, opened their hotel spots, like, during Colossal Con. Like, they opened them for 2016 at Colossal Con 2015.
You, like, have to know, like, that part of it. I don't know, and here I am, like, laughing at the people, like, at Anime Expo that buy the tickets for next year at the con.
Right.
I'm like, you're silly. That's nothing compared to a hotel room. Jeez. I know, cons are getting so crazy now, like...
They are.
Just all of them. When we book a hotel, it's like a pain. Like, we used to be able to be like, book, whatever, and it didn't matter when or, like, where. And now it's like, we have to, like fight everybody else, like, on the computer. Like Kevin and I are on both computers, like, refreshing, like, constantly, like, go. So
yeah, it's crazy.
It's popular now.
What other conventions are you going to this year?
This year I've been to KatsuCon, Anime Matsuri, and SakuraCon. And
then this one.
This one, I'll probably go to Anime Fest, which is also in Dallas, and that might be it for the year.
Okay, when's Anime Fest?
It's I can't remember because they changed the date.
Oh, okay.
It used to always be Labor Day weekend, but I think because another con took that weekend in Texas, so I think it's in July this year.
Oh wow, that's a big difference.
But that one is, like, in downtown Dallas.
Oh, okay.
Here
so
we're kind of, like, on the outskirts. We're, like, maybe 10 or so minutes from downtown where we are right now. But, you know, parking's a little easier in downtown. If you don't want, like, cityscapes, you're kind of out of luck for photos, but...
Cityscapes are cool.
Yeah. You just have to plan accordingly.
Yeah.
We found a lot of really cool locations. So we went to Turtle Creek?
Yeah. Or I guess we were technically in Robert E. Lee Park, which is across the street. Yeah. But it was pretty cool. Yeah. There was like water, like little lake thing, and then they had like waterfalls, and we were like, oh, but we got bit I got bit on my butt, and I don't know how.
Do y'all have a lot of mosquitoes in Seattle?
No.
I don't think you do you?
No.
I mean, they exist, but they're not as, like, prevalent. Yeah. So Kevin and I were like, we probably should have bought bug spray.
Yeah. And there's so much standing water right now because of all the rain.
So they're just, like, hovering everywhere. Yeah. And I think it's when there's, like, this little water feature that was there. It's, like, this really small, like, pond. And I think that's where we keep getting bit because we keep going back there, and it's, like, kind of swampy.
Yeah.
And it's just, like, and we kept finding, like, these baby ants everywhere. Kevin stepped in an ant mound.
Oh.
And he was like, no. We thought it was a molehill.
Oh.
So we were, like, kicking it with our feet. And then these ants, like, exploded.
Yeah.
We're so naive.
I know.
I don't think I've ever seen a molehill, actually.
Really?
Oh, really?
It looks like an anthill.
Yeah,
okay.
Very similar, but it has a big hole next to it where the mole
pops out.
I don't know if we have, like, moles in this area.
All right.
Oh, I was going to say something. It sounds really dumb. The birds here look different.
Well,
really?
Yeah.
How so?
They just don't look, I don't know.
They have longer tails.
And they're skinnier, and they have longer beaks. And they make different noises. And Kevin, like, we heard it, and we're like, what's that?
We thought it was
an
owl.
I didn't even notice the birds in Seattle.
Like we're in a freaking foreign country. I don't know. Like we're just like acting. We're like, what is that?
Yeah, it was. Our birds are like a lot smaller.
They're like chubbier.
Yeah, they're chubbier and smaller.
I mean, we have small like little sparrows.
I'm sure.
And stuff,
yeah, I'm sure we have like the same like crossover.
Right.
But I don't know what they're called, so I can't like describe
I'm not
them
very
to
good
you.
at bird names.
We have some bird fanatics that are like, well, duh, you're in Dallas, Texas, so only the blood species.
But it kind of reminds me of a person I know was hosting some Japanese students, and they were freaking out about squirrels because they didn't have squirrels in Japan. And so when they came, they were in Portland, and so when they went there, they were like, "Oh my god!" And they were like just like taking pictures of the squirrels like 20,000 times. And squirrels to us are just like, yeah,
squirrels.
So that's what it's like. We're like, those birds look different. I don't know.
Have there been any other weird like Texas? I mean, you've been to Texas before.
We've been to Houston, but like in Houston, like nothing happened. Like it was just like regular. It was like, I don't know. I think it's because we were in downtown and there was like no like animals and it wasn't muggy like Houston like stereotypically is.
Yeah, Houston's normally worse than Dallas.
So it was like totally fine, and it was like all the stereotypical like Houston things like didn't happen, and so we're like, oh, and so but this trip to Dallas was like, oh, this is what I thought Houston would be like, because like you said, it's not normally as muggy this time of year, and it's been muggy, and we're like, is this what Houston feels like?
Yeah. And people are super polite here.
Oh, people are so nice here.
People just love talking to us.
Yeah, people talk to us all the time, and we're like, oh, hi.
I did watch y'all's vlog that you posted yesterday or days ago, so I saw that you went to a Western wear store.
Oh yeah. I know. I like messed up the camera because I was like filming in there, and it was like these two like cowboy guys. It was like it was really stereotypical, obviously because we're going into a Western store, and they were like, "Hey y'all," and then he was like they knew like we were not from here. They're like, "Where are you from?" And we're like, "Oh, Seattle," and he's like, "Ah."
That's funny.
Kevin was looking for skinny jeans.
Yeah, I know. I guess I should.
And he's like, everything in here is boot cut. And I was like, Kevin, cowboy boots.
I know. But I figured they had jeans. And I was like, well, I'll have jeans. I don't know what
and they were all Wrangler jeans,
yeah,
too.
they were all Wrangler.
So it was really funny.
Yeah, so.
We're just like really wussy with the driving here.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I think in the Northwest, it's like, we're not slow, but it's more mellow. Like everybody's like, like they just like stay in their lane and they just kind of like go that way. And so here we're like, people are like coming over with no blinker. And we're like, oh.
Yeah, people aren't as mellow driving here. People are pretty like chill outside of driving.
Yeah.
But
that's what we thought. We're like, oh, people are so nice here. It's like the second
not
you get in your car, you're like,
No, and there's always construction everywhere. Like downtown Dallas area is just constantly going to be under construction, I feel like. So I don't know. People get frustrated and
they get mad. Well, we noticed we've been driving around a lot today, and I think it's because it's Saturday. It's a lot more mellow.
Yeah.
Like people haven't been as like
surprised.
Like cut off or like I don't know. But our problem with driving is we keep like we're in one lane and then it turns into an only lane and we're like, oh
yeah, that happens a lot.
Like we're in the right hand lane and I'm like, Kevin, you gotta get over.
Driving in different states is always an interesting because everyone's streets work a little differently.
Yeah, and like you're familiar with the area, so you're like, oh, I know, like in a mile or whatever, this turns into a right hand only, so it's not like an issue. But we're just like, this happens now.
Yeah.
But it's been really nice. I like it here.
Yeah, I like it a lot here. It's very nice here.
Yeah, and I think I said this to you yesterday, but like people don't like bother us with our gear.
Yeah, no one hassles us.
Like when we go to LA or like other cons, people are like, "What are you doing? Why do you have that here? Get that out of my face!" Blah blah blah. And here people are just like, "Oh, you got a camera? That's cool."
Yeah. Well, there was a wedding, so we at the Robert
we did
E.
get
Lee
yelled
Park.
at today. Well, not yelled at. We were at the park and they have that building it's like a white, old style like colonial building, and they host events in there.
Yeah.
And we were like, no, we were not next. We were like not up against the building. We were like away from the building, and we were in the public like park area. And we were like, it was like the last shot of the session, and the person who
the wedding planner
was like, can you guys like move that way? I just don't want like the guests are coming down for cocktail hour, and I don't want you guys like be here.
Yeah.
And we're like, what? And then Kevin was like, okay. And then I was like, no. And then we like set up the shot. And we were just like shooting. We weren't even that close to them. It's not like we were like up against them. We were like, at a tree, like, and then the guests got excited and they were taking pictures of the cosplayer.
When you have weddings at a park, you just have to.
You got to go with the
understand
flow.
that people are going to be in the park other than you.
Right.
And there was like, I think it was literally only because they were dressed in costume. Like everybody else was like around us with their dogs and like regular clothes, and they weren't talking to them. And they had a policeman there, and he even like.
The wedding planner asked her.
Yeah, the wedding planner asked him to talk to us. And he even knew it was stupid. He was like, "Hey guys," and then Kevin was like, "I just want to confirm this is a public park, right?" And he's like, "Yeah," and he's like, "But you know, they just want like a little room."
Yeah.
And he was like, "I'm sorry." Like the policeman was like
funny.
apologizing to us, and we're like, "It's okay, we're done." But I just got annoyed that she was like, "You people."
Yeah.
It was kind of weird. I don't know. And like everybody in the park was like really excited about them. They were like, "Oh, it's so cool." Everybody's like really positive about it, except for like
the
wedding
planner.
Yeah.
It was weird. No, that was like the first thing, and it wasn't even like that bad.
Yeah.
It wasn't like, because I don't know if you've experienced it with other photographers or like just doing stuff, but people can be kind of rude about asking you to like maybe move to a different area or move to the side, or like usually they're just like really like angry about it, like, "You can't be here," and it's like, oh my god, like just be like, "Hey guys, can you go over this way?" I don't know. I think there's better ways to ask.
Sure.
Yeah. Although normally when that happens, like I'm normally not off-site. I'm normally like at the convention center somewhere.
That's
so they're
why.
like, they're tired of asking people to move. They're like,
"Dude, this is the 50th time I've done this in the last hour."
And also there have been times where we'll like pretend that we're moving and then we think they're gone and we'll just go back. You know, so we're kind of asking for it.
You're just waiting for them to turn around.
That happened to us at Matsuri in the outside like park area.
Oh yeah, you said the park in front got. That must not be a public park then.
I'm not 100% certain
It
what
must
that
be
whole
like a
thing is
private
about,
park.
but it was on the Friday, and it was like Friday morning at like 11
Oh, so like no one
a.m..
was there.
So there weren't many people there, so it was a lot easier to police, you know. And then so like all the photographers went and paid for this permit to shoot in this like public park. It was like a $10.
Oh, okay,
thing.
that's not bad.
And then they told them actually it's gonna be $10 a day and stuff like that. And then we started shooting again, and like, but you have to stay on the sidewalk. You
No
can't get in
way.
the grass.
I'd be so mad if I paid. I mean, $10 is like whatever, but I'd still be mad that I paid
Well, yeah,
and
they
then
didn't
had
say
to.
it beforehand.
Yeah.
But, you know, I mean, by like Friday evening, everyone was everywhere.
Right.
Like,
You can't enforce it anymore.
no. By the time, I mean, there's only like one guy like in charge of it. So, I mean, there's no way.
And that park isn't even that big.
No, it's not. And there's not much to it.
No, there's like a little water feature and then like the cool like art wall.
Yeah. And there's like a couple walls and then like some kind of pretty trees.
You're right.
And, like.
And then when we were there a couple years ago, they didn't have anybody like policing it, and we were trying to take pictures, but there was like a ballet like competition thing. Like there's like a stage that they set up, but it was like raining the whole time we were there, so everybody was just like standing in the rain watching this like ballet recital. We were like, this was not well planned out, but I assume it doesn't like rain in Houston that time of year very often, so I don't really know.
I mean, is it ever not raining when you come to Texas?
Yeah, we're 2 for 2 right now.
I think it's rained every time. And it was so funny because like someone emailed me before you did. You emailed me on Wednesday, I think, and you were like, it might rain.
Yeah.
Someone emailed me on Tuesday, but they were kind of joking. They were like, they sent me a GIF of like Kagome from Inuyasha like sitting in the rain, and she was like, "This is gonna be me all weekend," and I was like, "Is it supposed to rain?" Because I was not paying attention to the weather because I just thought June, Dallas, sun. Like
exactly.
I didn't even like consider it, and then she sent me that, and I was like, "Oh shit, is it supposed to rain?" And then I looked, and it was like rain all weekend.
I was checking it like a week out and like every day because
it would change.
Well, my record with the weather is like if I look for like 5 days out or whatever, it's probably going to be the opposite of what it says right now.
Yeah, it's too far ahead.
But this didn't happen. It was like every single day. It was like 80% chance on Friday, 80% chance on Friday, every single day. And then so I ended up booking an off-site, like an indoor location for our shoot that we did yesterday.
That's on our YouTube right now.
And It was really cool. I mean, I'm glad that I booked it.
I'm so glad you did that. Yeah.
But it was like right after I finalized it, like after I sent the email to the guy, like, yes, reserve it for me. And I emailed them. I was like, yes, this is what we're doing. I checked my phone. It was like, 20%. And I was like, what?
For those who didn't, it was sunny the whole time we did that shoot.
Yeah, it was sunny. But I mean, it worked out perfectly.
It was way better for your cosplay. Like, I think if we did it in the sun, it wouldn't have been as cool.
No,
it
was
I don't think so.
Awesome.
Like, cloudy would have been cool.
Yeah, it would have been better. But no, it was like, and like at 2 o'clock, it's like so direct.
Yeah, it was harsh.
Yeah, so I'm glad you got.
It worked. I was so worried that you guys were gonna be like, why is she like freaking out about this and like trying to book places?
It was like this weird combination because I have like really hardcore anxiety, so I have to like I can't like look at stuff too ahead in advance because I'll like freak out for like a week.
She didn't sleep the night before.
No, I slept like 2 hours.
Oh no!
You were stressed out.
Yeah, I was not. Yeah. I was like, oh god, everything's gonna be fucked up. But yeah, so then I was like, I was worried about it, but I didn't want to like freak you out. So we were just like, we were trying to be like, it's okay, like we'll figure it out, like it's cool. And then I was like, I think by being too chill, we freaked her out even more.
Well, because I was like, I don't think they understand like what the rain has been like in Texas lately. Like,
and we're like, oh, we'll shoot in the con. And you're like, no, you don't understand.
Not gonna happen.
But it's true. Like, I didn't know it was gonna be like this, you know. I was like,
you know, some places like the rain is normally like it'll like sprinkle or mist or whatever. Yeah. Like here, it's always like
if it rains, it's hard.
It's always pouring and there's thunder and there's lightning and sometimes there's hail and tornadoes and like.
I'm kind of sad I haven't experienced like a Texas thunderstorm though. Because the ones in Washington, it'll like thunder twice and like really light, and then it goes away.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of nice if it's like if you're in for the night.
Yeah, you can kind of just hang out and watch it.
And then sometimes it'll, you know, be timed perfectly, and it starts fading away as you're like ready to go to bed. But it always happens at like 2 or 3 in the morning.
And it like scares the crap out of you.
Super loud. And you like jump out of bed. So that's a Texas thunderstorm.
Well, we have earthquakes in Seattle, so maybe that's maybe that's what we have. That
sometimes,
you guys
we get like small tremors and stuff.
Yeah.
Earthquakes have been happening lately here, actually.
Really?
I haven't felt one, but they're always really small.
Oh, okay.
But, like, yeah, I've heard of them happening, but I've never felt one.
You never, like... We had, in our teenage years, we had a really big one in Seattle, and it, like... The infrastructure there is really good, so it wasn't like buildings came down, but it was like... I remember I was sitting in my cafeteria, and, like, you could see the floor, like, rolling...
Oh,
and like
wow.
You know, like cafeteria seats are like connected to the table, so you can't just like get in. So you had to like slide like awkwardly like down below the table. I remember I came home and like stuff was just like knocked out of like cabinets and stuff. So that was probably like 10 years ago. So that was like the biggest one we've had.
More than that now, right?
It was like 13.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like everybody like in Washington like remembers that one.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah.
We have storms like that. Like, oh, you remember that tornado with like 90 whatever. Like,
so do tornadoes come through Dallas a lot or?
Not so much. They normally happen in like bigger, like more open areas.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But there was one like back in the 90s that like came through downtown Fort Worth and destroyed a whole bunch.
Oh my god! So everybody's like, remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you should go if you want a real like Texan experience. Is Fort Worth.
I know. I feel like because Dallas is like just a city, so people here aren't obviously.
Fort Worth people look at us Dallas people are like, oh, city people who are like ruining Texas.
To be fair, we've only seen 5 cowboy hats so far this weekend.
Oh, go to Fort Worth then.
Okay.
My family's from Fort Worth, so I don't feel bad making that.
My dad used to travel a lot, and when we went to Houston a couple years ago, he was like, oh, just do like a cowboy hat counter, and we were like, okay, and we counted 17 in Houston, which was a lot. And so we were like, should we do it here? Because, like, in Seattle, no. Like, Washington, like, 0 cowboy hats, like, ever. Like, if you see one, you're like, what the fuck is going on? And so we've only counted, no, I think it's been 3. You said 3, yeah.
All right.
In Dallas, you're more often to see them on, like, younger, like, girls in the summer.
Right.
You know,
like, it's like an accessory.
Like, cowboy hat, boots, like, denim cutoff, stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, that kind of whole aesthetic. But
it's all been guys, though, that we've seen so far. But
I don't know. Maybe there's more, and I'm just like numb to it.
I know. That's how dumb we're all like, hey, cowboy hat. But yeah, no, we've been having a good time.
Yeah,
it's nice.
Great
People
time.
here are good. Yeah. All right. I'm done.
Oh wait, I forgot to do the whole ad part.
Oh, maybe this special edition one.
Go buy at the end.
Go buy our t-shirts. EliteCosplay.com/shop. She bought one.
She did.
All those people like looked at you when you said that because you pointed. They were like,
There are people behind our camera. Anyway, yes, you could also go.
What T-shirt? Bitch, shut up. No, sir.
You can also go to elitecosplay.com/Amazon. Any purchases you make there, it'll be our affiliate link. We get a small kickback from all of those, but it won't be any additional cost to you. elitecosplay.com/Amazon. Those will help us. That kickback helps us make more video, more content for you guys. So
Yay!
Thank you for tuning in to the 69th episode of
It's a special number.
It is a special number at A-KON. So we'll see you next week.
Yay!
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.